The economic storm is hitting more areas than oil. Housing analysts in America note that U.S. home prices are now more inflated than they were during the 2006 financial crisis bubble that triggered the global financial waterfall. Historical data that stretches as far back as 135 years shows that every previous housing bubble has corrected itself, and that America right now may be suffering something that's going to push us into a housing crisis unlike anything we've ever seen.
And this is just another sign this place is through. America's finished. Not only do you have rampant homelessness within all these cities, especially the West Coast of Babylon the Great, America, from Seattle to Portland, from Portland to the San Francisco Bay Area, from the Bay down to Los Angeles and San Diego. It's crazy levels of homelessness out west and throughout the whole country. You got these overpriced ass houses and a whole generation. I'm a millennial born in the early 90s. Ain't no way by myself I'm affording and to buy a house. And I'm not no bum. I got a CDL. I don't make great money, but I make pretty decent money, and just getting a house is crazy work in a lot of these states. It shows you how through and finished this place is. 80 years ago, you as a man in your early 20s, you'd have a wife, a house, one source of income, kids, a vehicle. You'd be doing good. But that American dream is now really a nightmare, and these people can see it. You got a generation of people just working to pay bills and live in a damn apartment. Okay, and let's get this. This is all due to wicked rulership. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, and this is part 2. This is Ecclesiasticus 29, verse 21. I brought out Sirach 39 in the previous part, speaking on the principal use of a man's life. The main part to bring out I brought up was oil. Where here we go again, same spirit of this verse. 1 second. Okay, excuse me. Ecclesiasticus 29, verse 21. The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and an house to cover shame. Right there. You need water, food, some clothes, and a house. But what do we have here in America? Thanks to the damn devil within rulership, all these abandoned ass houses with all these homeless people. It don't make sense. All these rotting, decaying apartments. It shouldn't be no homelessness if this is the greatest, richest country of all time. But not only you have that, you got shit. I've been homeless before. Man, had 4 jobs in California, 2 of them being full-time and still sleeping out a damn minivan. It shows you the level of oppression in this place and how greedy the people at top are. And this is all in all going to cause more sedition. Here it is. You could have bought a house in 2022 for $400,000. And all of a sudden, with an economic collapse, a housing bubble burst, it just drops 50% of its value in 4 years. You're going to have a lot of people pissed off at the powers that be, which is going to create a increased spirit of sedition. Okay, let's go to this next clip.
I want to get to some of the video that we are seeing, folks, including ballistic missile attacks in which the press secretary discusses what's going on with Iran.
The Iranian regime, or what's left of it, and these radical terrorists are speaking a lot of empty words, but I think their weakened actions speak for themselves and underscore how successful this operation has been just 2 weeks in. We have totally annihilated the Iranian regime's navy. We've wiped out nearly almost all of their ballistic.
All right, let's move forward.
Yeah, I rock with this guy, man. He knew that was full of straight cap. She full of shit and lying, and he didn't even give it no time. Move on to the next one. And another sign that he just moved right next. Another sign this place is done. Let's pull her little ass up again. You got women in positions of authority and power over men. You got women in the police force, women in the military, women all and your security. This is crazy. But once again, this is Esau Edom. This man has completely perverted and switched up the gender roles over here. Let's get this. Another sign of this place impending doom. 1 Timothy, the 2nd chapter. This is straight out the Bible, the KJV. For all you so-called Christians, that support, women's liberty and all this progressive shit that's really disguised as pure degeneracy. This is, hold on one second. 2 Timothy 2 verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. And do we see that here in Babylon the Great, America? No, we see the complete opposite, as well as where's the one that speaks on modest apparel. You got these women you can't go to Walmart without some ass and some leggings right in your face. Oh, where was this? Yeah, the previous verse right here. In like manner also, 1 Timothy 2 verse 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. These women be chiefing backwoods, drinking Henny straight out the bottle, taking shots, you know what I'm saying, smoking Newports. They just on some damn sailors out here. Got every cleavage all out, everything for everyone to see. A look of pride, them Glorilla eyelashes. And then they be the ones that be your supervisors. Then you got to go to the damn plantation. You got to go to a job and take some orders from some crazy ass, bitter single mother on the job. This is all the product of Esau Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed WHITE man. And all he knows is wickedness. There ain't no wisdom in putting women in positions of authority. I drive trucks and I be seeing 60-year-old so-called white women as security guards working 2, 3, 4 in the damn morning. There's nothing wise or progressive that comes with that. You're really breaking down your own nation. As it says in the book of Sirach, the 10th chapter, an unwise king destroyeth his people. And the more he empowers these women and you think that that's progressive and that's cool, look at the degeneracy, the madness, the confusion that's came with that since the 60s. And that's just another sign of this place's end and doom. Ecclesiasticus 19 verse 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. And Esau's what used to be his wisdom is turning into foolishness, and it's being exposed for the whole world to see. All right, let's get this last clip.
This speaks of a dystopian nightmare. Listen to what they're doing.
It's clear that we're watching a new form of warfare emerge, and we've seen this going back to the start of the genocide in Gaza. We saw target acquisition systems like Lavender and Gospel that rely on large tranches of information, things like social media data, any databases that the government might hold, to make determinations about whether someone is a combatant or not. In the context of what we might be witnessing here in Iran and the Middle East through the use of a large language model, we're seeing a lot of those same technologies packaged together in a effectively chat prompt-based interface that allows the military to go in and simply put in a human speak level prompt that asks for particular targets to be generated that have particular characteristics. There is this zealousness and
Now listen to that and remember that Palantir, Grok, all of these different AI systems are being integrated into the US military. And they are combing over your Facebook posts, your Instagram posts, what you like, what you buy, what your kids buy, who they're connected to. They're buying your data to show your location. They're using all of these tools And in the future, they'll ask a question, and that question will show them you. Now, whether that question is under a Democrat-led American government in which they say, show me every potential crazy right-wing extremist, and it just so happens that you were next to somebody who falls under that list, making you the target of the future. Or if they say, I want to see every American Second Amendment rights advocate, or even just person who seems like they might align themselves that way, and tell me all of the ones who have a horrible thing like, idea that Americans shouldn't pay taxes. Now you're a target. But that's if the best case scenario happens. The worst case scenario is that AI is already so deeply integrated into our military and our government that the actions that you are seeing performed today on the battlefield, at home, in industry, that these actions are already, if not governed, gently nudged, persuasively moved, and pushed into the minds of the people who currently hold power.
And that reminds me of an issue I just recently dealt with these trash iPhones, is this cloud storage. They want everything you have, all your data, all your info, to be saved on a cloud storage so they can get intel on you. Instead of it being a hard drive and then you have it saved to yourself for your own privacy, they want it all, look for any reason. Yeah, buy more storage. More, here it is. You can have a damn terabyte and they still want you to buy more storage so they can get intel on you. Because the scriptures speak, Esau, Edom, he thinks as if he's the Most High. Here it is right here, book of Isaiah 14, verse 12 through 14. The judgment that's coming on you Edomites who think that you God, you think that you're the Most High. You think you're Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai when you're nothing more than a pawn of wickedness. Isaiah 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And that's why this man, he wants all this intel, all this research, wants to know what you're doing, where you're going, what you're spending, what you're eating, all this, because he thinks he's got a God complex. But as the saying goes, Esau, your arms a little too short to box with the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and he's about to show you in these last days. Continuing, really, with all this info that he's gaining and collecting, he really wants to come after, firstly, the men of the Lord, the prophets, the men on the highways and hedges, proclaiming his downfall, the end of Babylon, the great America, and he's seeing the prophecies come to pass. This man, he not going to take no accountability, so he's going to look for someone to blame. He's the accuser of the brethren, and he's going to blame, starting with the elect of the men of the Lord. And if he whatever he comes with, come with it, because let's get this over with. This is 2nd Ezra 16, verse 70 through 73. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like mad men, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. So this man, we seen a preview of that in Minneapolis. Had these stormtroopers going door to door, kicking doors in. That's what it's going to be. All Esau needs is one little excuse, one little false flag, one little attack to proclaim martial law, or as Orange Guy would say, the Insurrection Act. And he's going to shut down these cities, and you're going to see increased military presence within all these cities. Okay, and as I mentioned in the previous video, he's also going to be forcing people to take that mark of the Beauty and the Beast. This is all part of the Lord's movie. but he definitely wants to come after the men of the Lord, for prophesying against him, exposing him as the damn devil that he is. This is Revelation 2 verse 10. Yahweh Shai speaking. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And there was a previous scripture I just brought out too that spoke on love not their lives unto death. Oh, wow. That's that's the spirit. Let's get this. Book of Revelation, the 12th chapter, and I'll start at verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that matches up with what we just brought out in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. They shall be like madmen, sparing none. This man's is coming down with great wrath. We've seen that with the invasion in Venezuela. We've seen that over in Iran. He knows his time's running out, so he's just going to say F it and unload the clip. And part of that is coming after his twin brother, Jacob. This is Jacob's trouble, and he really wants to catch the elect of Jacob. Okay, but hey, this is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Lord willing, the Lord gives us protection against this devil. Let's jump back to verse 10. Him being the accuser of our brethren, he's going to look for any excuse, use some type of AI, some type of deep fake technology to have us looking crazy and say some things we didn't say, or some of his witchcraft to have the men of the Lord look like the bad guys when the whole time this man been the villain. He's the devil. He's the deceiver. Revelation 12 verse 10 and 11. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, Yahweh Shai, and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. And that's one of the elder in South Carolina, Elder Manatazakba. He did a video a couple years ago about how you gonna threaten those with nothing to lose. Basically, our lives, for the most part, this place is miserable. This is a pure hell. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 7, oppression maketh a wise man mad. We understand the oppression. So whatever this man, he threatens our life, Lord willing, we have that spirit of endurance and in FU. We gonna stand 10 toes down in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, even if it costs us our life, because we know we gonna get it back 100-fold on the other side anyways. Okay? And so, we want to be in the spirit that no matter what happens, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to find a way, to have mercy upon us, Lord willing. Close off on this, because it is clear this man is coming down with great wrath and his time's running out. So Isaiah 41 verse 14, fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. And we gonna need help against this man, because this man, his sword is very sharp. I just posted a short, I think it's this weapon called a C-Ram. It shoots these bullets out so fast, it looked like a damn laser. And he's also got laser technology too. This man, Esau Edom, he got some type of sound technology that'll clear out a whole stadium and have you having a seizure, throwing up. He got all types of wicked devices that he's about to come down with great wrath. But it's going to take divine intervention. Going back to 2nd Ezra 16, verse 73. Then it shall be known who are my chosen. They'll be tried like gold in the fire. As well as the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, verse 12 speaks on, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Lord willing, we be of those, not just any man, but the elect men of Israel, the elect men of Yahushai's military, of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and the Lord gives us a way to escape from this man, this devil, and all his wicked devices. Just another news update, World War III update, March 17th, 2026, filtering it through the scriptures. Lord willing, this was edifying, and Lord willing, we endured to the end. Abad Babal, Shalom.